Now, sometimes I'm working my system and I've got everything together. I want to make sure that when I set my machine up, it's going to be a certain way. So that means I want to change the system parameters. So I'll press Menu. And here we see System. I'll press Enter, and we're in System. Now here, I can change the panel and the control, the sequence, the MIDI data, of course, the sound, sampling parameters, dB parameters, and system info. I can press F1. I can change the velocity of the pads. I got the TTE, the tap tempo. We also have here, we have the screensaver. So I can type, get the background, import bitmaps. I can import any kind of picture. One import for that purpose as well. I can exit this. I can go to sequence here. I could sync the master, sync the output, arpeggio sync mode. I got the RPS trigger and the BPM lock. So it's off, as you can see right there. We have MIDI send and MIDI receive. And of course, we can write our system. I exit this. Oops, went too far. I'll go back here. I'll press Menu again. And System Enter. And I can also go here to Sound. We have our levels. So I can have my master tune. I can change the tuning. Now, the overall master tuning always is going to be 44.1. And once I have that, you can see that's my hand going over this D-beam, which I can turn off or on. And we have our master level, which is 0 dB. I have to keep mine maxed out, kind of keep the level right there. I have to go maybe plus 12 sometimes. So whenever you're outputting, say you're going to do the Pro Tools or some other studio, I want to make sure I have the maximum output coming from my machine. It's either going to be plus 12 or plus 6. I don't use 0 dB too much. I want to make sure that all the kick drums and snare drums are going out maximum output. So you may want to change that too. We have our metronome level. We can always preset that. We have the master key shift, so the 0 here, and the patch remain is off. These are sound controls. We have the rhythm octave, the resonance limiter, and we have our LFO, the morphing switch, which is really cool for like LFO, low frequency oscillation, a particular, let's say, keyboard sound. And we'll exit this. We have sampling. So we have parameters for each one of these things. And what makes it easier for each part and each part of these the sample menu, you see this menu here, each part of the menu, we can change the parameters of everything. So we're going to change the parameters here for, let's say, for its sampling. As you can see here, we have default type is wave. So we'll say it's a wave file. And wave is a standard file or an AIF file. I prefer to use wave, that way you can use it on other systems as well. You can also import wave files. So, preset default load is on. Sample default load is on. Pre-sample time is set to 0, so it has to be set automatically. This trigger level is set. So whenever you turn it on, you can set your parameters for sampling. So you want to go back again and say, okay, I want to use this. It worked the first time. I want to use this instead. Well, no. From now on, when it comes up, these parameters are already set within the system. Makes it much easier. And the same with dB, as you can see here. And system information. So you have memory. This SRX is an effects card is not installed. This is our version right here of what we have. We can close the window also. It's features. Our features are right here. And close. So I prefer to also set my system up. That way, once I get to know my machine and I turn it off and turn it back on, I can start from where I'd like to have my setup, where it's perfect. And I said, great. My setup is good. I've got the right sample sounds. I've got the right waveforms, want to induce waveforms or not, and make sure my levels are right, and make sure my output levels are right. That way, no matter where I go, if I go to the studio, I want to dump something out or I want to bring some samples in, I know what the machine is set up for, and it's the way I want to have it.